Hello everybody, I'm back, and it's time for
Sooz!
It's been a good few months since I recorded one of these. I've been previewing madly for my Edinburgh show, then I did my Edinburgh show, 25 shows called Sooz On Film in Edinburgh, and now I'm back, and I'm hoping that these podcasts will be a more regular thing. So this first Elvis comeback Sooz On Film episode is an It special. Previous podcast guest Gareth Joyner wangled 2 tickets to a big preview screening of the new adaptation of Stephen King's 80s novel It, and we thought we'd record our thoughts. However, things did not go as planned. All will become clear. Listen in. Sorry I had so much to drink at the screening. Brackets, 1 large glass of red and not enough popcorn. And, float down here with me. So you've been watching Richard Madeley?
Are you recording this now?
Yeah, it's all recorded.
Oh no, we didn't start.
Doesn't matter, we start when we like.
Oh right, okay.
I'll probably record a separate intro at home on my own saying, sorry about this guys, stupid Gareth wanted to record this. I don't know that many people and I was desperate, so I thought I'll record one with Gareth.
That's not true.
Who's been on before.
No, you're recording it with me because I got you free tickets.
Yeah, I was second choice to go and see... I was second choice to go and see... Gareth has a preview screening of It.
And I got tickets to a preview that's tonight in Leicester Square. We should clarify that today is the 4th...
Wednesday the 6th.
6th.
Yeah.
Wednesday the 6th of September. And it doesn't come out for another 2 whole days.
No. So we haven't seen it yet, and we're going to just record this bit, talk a little bit about the film and what it means to us. Because I've talked about it on this podcast before... Because I hate the 1990
You hate it?
TV miniseries. Yeah, I really hate it.
You don't appreciate it for being of its time?
No, but I think it really fails to capture the book. Oh. And I think Tim Curry is the best thing in it.
Yeah.
Obvious. Yeah. I think he's excellent and he's really working overtime to try and make it good, but I think it's terrible. I think all the adults in it who play the 7 adults, plays the kids as adults, I think they're all shit, and that doesn't, apart from Annette O'Toole, she's alright, who plays Beverly. I think John Ritter gives a really, really shockingly bad performance as Ben.
I don't know who any of them are. I've seen it, but not long ago. A long time ago.
I read the book when I was 15, and it's my favourite book.
I was going to read the book before.
You should give it a read.
Well, I've not
You've got
read
time.
The book.
It's only about
1100
pages.
We're seeing the film in 2 hours.
Read it on the tube. You can 1100 pages. No trouble.
No, so I've not read the book, but I saw the film when it was little. And I remember seeing the film. I didn't see it when it was little because when it came out, 1990, I'd been 4.
You'd been very young.
I was 4. I think I was 4, and I remember it being on, and I remember it being on the cover of the Radio Times, and I remember being sent to bed.
Really? I don't think it's at all scary.
No, but when you're 4, you probably are. But everyone spoke about it like it was real. But people used to talk about The Exorcist like this, like, oh, it's the scariest thing.
See, I do genuinely find The Exorcist very frightening.
Well,
yeah, I don't find it scary. The ending of it. All right, I should say spoilers. Here be spoilers. This is going to be spoiler heavy because that's just how I operate.
It's a clown.
It turns out that it's a clown. Well, no, the finale of the book is it appears as a giant spider.
That happens in the film.
Yeah, but they don't capture it very well at all. It looks completely unscary. It's done stop motion. It's done.
They run at it and they smack it with their fists like a little kid that can't fight. Like,
and it's all done in silhouette. There's also in the book. It does happen, but the spider kills Eddie, the asthmatic one, kills him, and in the book it's described. It's awful. It really kills him. In the film, it basically lifts him up and he goes and it kind of puts him down and he goes and dies.
Oh, do you think it's probably going to be really gory, isn't it, in the new one?
Yeah, it's really gory in the book.
Oh, because I'm such a chicken shit when it comes to horror. Like once we were watching War of the Worlds in Edinburgh once, and I had to walk out of the flat because it got too much.
You didn't walk out, you stormed out in crippling fear.
Storm out in crippling fear. I politely excused myself.
It was not polite at all. Gareth stood up and went, right, no, I'm not doing this, and sort of stood. And then
went to the kitchen and washed the pots because someone had to that fringe.
Very noisily cleaned up in the kitchen like a passive-aggressive mum.
Oh, passive-aggressive. There was nothing passive in my
clank, clank. It was like...
Anyway, so...
That was much scarier than the film.
Yeah, and I'm not very good with horror films. But anyway, so that's the point. Like, when Creep came out, do you remember Creep, the one that's set in the tube?
The one on the tube?
Yeah.
Because there's a new Creep.
No, not new Creep.
You don't watch that one, you wouldn't like it.
Creep on the Tube. I walked out during the opening credits.
To me, Gareth, you'll always be the creep on the tube.
You better leave that fucking silence in when you edit this podcast.
I'm going to cut and then add a bit of you laughing from earlier, laughing at your own joke.
No.
Yeah, that
no. Yeah, so I'm curious to see whether because I like horror films. I like things like vampires and I like witches and I like spooky.
The Witches is that horror film?
No, I mean witches as in witchcraft, as in like
What, The Craft?
Yeah, well, stuff. You know.
Of course, you like The Craft.
Well, what's wrong with The Craft?
It's a shit film.
Oh, you just
for
like,
girls.
You just like hate anything that brings joy to people.
That's not true.
It is true. You just like shit things, like fucking.
Yeah, well, that must be why I like you.
No, Sooz just said she likes me.
I was only joking.
Oh, double blow. Yeah, so I think I'm going to jump in a lot, and so like when the spider kills. Oh, that's not until the second one though, is it?
No, it won't until the second film.
We're just seeing the childhood one.
What I'm going to obviously withhold judgment because I haven't seen the film yet. The book, my favourite book, is not written with a linear timeline, so it cuts back between the kids as kids and the kids as adults.
So they're doing the film
cut different. Yeah, but the adults haven't even been cast yet, so they're doing it in two parts, which I would rather it was done.
But the film would go on for hours.
No, but they could still do it as two films, but it could.
Maybe we'll get a director's cut when both films are made.
Yeah, chop them together.
Yeah. I
don't know. Yeah, and if they film it this year, the kids can still play the kids. I don't know. But I'll withhold judgment. I'm sure they found a way because even from the trailer, it looks like this is a more loving adaptation of the source material.
But you mean faithful?
Yeah, but with more love.
Yeah, but you're not saying it's like a heartwarming film.
Well, it might be. The book is.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the ending is very emotional.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
The final line in the book, I haven't read it for about 10 years, but the final line in the book is, because they all forget about each other at the end of the book. The adults sort of go off to their different parts of the world and forget about each other. And the final line of the book is Bill. It says something like, "Oh, he sometimes awakens from a half-remembered dream, and just for a moment remembers his childhood and the friends with whom he shared it."
I'd remember the scary clown. I don't think having some good pals. It's like people who have post-traumatic stress when they come back from Iraq. But we had friends. I'd remember being terrible, and also like the friends that died. So.
Yeah, they don't really remember each other, but it's allegorical. It's an
now,
allegory.
What I'd be interested in,
yeah.
And now this is the thing with Tim Curry's rendition of Pennywise.
Yeah.
You could kind of believe that clown could lure a child.
Yeah,
because he was like a friendly so when he was like, "I'm Pennywise the dancing clown," you were like, "Oh, but
hello, Georgie." Yeah, it's like clown you'd meet.
Whereas like the new Pennywise is fucking terrifying. I wouldn't go anywhere near him.
Yeah, it's a little bit Bride of Chucky.
But maybe they've just emphasised the horror on the trailer.
Yes, I should think they have. I haven't read any reviews deliberately, but a friend of mine has already seen it, and he said that they use the clown very sparingly in this film.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we might have seen a lot of it in a trailer, because if he popped up all the time, that he said it would make it too much that the clown is part of that world, because he is from another world. And
also like people talk about Pennywise being the antagonist of the film, but actually like it is the antagonist of the film,
appears
and Pennywise is one of the things that...
he just appears most commonly as the clown. To me, it's the only ending of a Stephen King book that really works.
Oh, really?
Because you know Stephen King's notorious for not being able to write good endings to his books.
What have I read? I've read Misery.
Oh, Misery's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in fact, I've only ever read Misery and On Writing, because he wrote that non-fiction book about writing.
That's great. I really like that one. I really, really love The Stand. That I would say The Stand, because I think it is a very difficult book to film. I think The Stand would be an easier book to film. I wonder how they do it.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm looking forward to having more of an informed opinion. Maybe delve into the psychology of it.
Yeah.
What does it represent? Why are we scared?
Well,
by
yeah,
it?
I hope that, because I feel like I know what it's meant to represent from reading the book, which I didn't get from the 1990 film. So I wonder if they've got that with this one.
And it's kind of annoying that we're only seeing half a film, though, really, because I'd like to have a complete opinion about it all.
Yeah. But what am I going to do? Wait for the next one?
Yeah.
Thanks for this intro chat, Gareth.
That's all right.
I think we can sign off now, and when we return, we'll have seen the film.
Let's let's make a little bet now.
Okay,
so we can
all right, let's see.
What do you think? What do you think is going to be? How do you think I'm going to embarrass myself the most during the cinema? Do you think I'm going to drop popcorn? Do you think I will shriek? Do you think I will walk out? What do you think? What do you think is going to?
I think you'll get bored and turn to me and go, "I'm bored." Actually,
no, I won't.
Like a child would.
Maybe.
I think that'll happen.
Well, stay tuned, listeners, to see. We've got them hooked now, Sooz.
Yeah, they can't fucking wait. Gareth is terrible at watching films because he's got the attention span of about like a really stupid dog.
Aww. I don't have attention span of a stupid dog.
Yeah, you
I've got
do.
A great attention span.
What's the longest you've sat through something you weren't really enjoying?
Your show, an hour in Edinburgh.
Right, bye everyone. I'm not going to the film now.
There's not like any time I've ever been in before. People die or disappear 6 times the national average. And that's just grown-ups. Kids are worse. Way worse.
We all float down here.
Okay, it's me again. Just to let you know, many spoilers ahead. If you don't want to have the new film spoiled, don't listen. Okay, guys. Right, let me explain what's happened.
What?
So, from the last thing I recorded, which was with Gareth, talking about how excited we were about it, Gareth had to go on a mission. Long story short, he had to go and rescue a dog from Yorkshire. So, as a result, I had to find someone else to take to it with me, with Gareth's tickets. And I have just seen the film with Gareth Joyner. Do your Gareth voice.
Hello. I didn't. The film was very scary. Is that good?
Wow, it's like he's still here. Yes, I had to find a replacement, and I've only recorded 4 of these podcasts, and I think it's now pretty clear that I only have 4 friends because joining me is star of the first Sooz On Film podcast. It's Eleanor Morton.
It's me, I'm back.
Yes.
Fractionally drunker.
Yeah, we're drinking, and we have just seen Stephen King's It, the 2017 film, and we're here to talk about it.
Yep.
So, Eleanor, what were your immediate thoughts?
I really enjoyed it. I was scared because I am scared of things, but I covered my ears when I knew it was going to get scary. But otherwise, I thought it was very well done, and I really liked how much they concentrated on the friendships and the characters. Yeah,
it was an interesting film to watch in the era of Stranger Things, because we were saying, weren't we, there's going to be a lot of people who watch it and go, such a rip-off of Stranger Things. Like, actually, guys, they kind of captured that Stephen King Stand By Me thing perfectly, which is in the book, which I will keep referring to annoyingly.
But disclaimer, because I have not read the book. I've not seen the other series. I have read the Wikipedia page for the book. That's what I've done. So
that's more than
that's
enough.
my background.
You've read, so you know what happens at the end.
I will look at the Wikipedia pages for films I think I'm too... Like, because I did it in the show this year, like, I still am quite bad at watching scary films.
Yeah.
So I will just look at the story and go, oh, I wonder what the story is. So I have done that. But, like, not in enough depth to remember exactly what was going to happen.
Right.
I sort of knew the vague outcome. But,
Yeah.
like, all the different characters, I sort of had blurred into one person, so...
Yeah, and I think the first thing to say about it is the kid actors, because it only focuses on the kids. The adults aren't in this chapter 1.
Chapter
as
1.
they called it at the end. They are brilliant.
They're really good.
And yeah, I'm so shit at recognising faces, certainly of kids, but you recognise that the kid playing Richie Tozier was the lead in Stranger
Yes,
Things.
the lead in Stranger Things, but he's not got glasses in Stranger
No,
Things.
so he did Rashid glasses to himself.
Yeah, and I thought there was a bit of a Barb vibe about Beverly.
Bev,
Yes,
yeah.
so I thought that was fun.
Yes.
Sort of 80s redhead kind of
Yeah,
thing.
she was really excellent.
She was great. She was very
They
good.
had the scene which is in the it's in the book and it's in the 1990 film. They really went out there with it, with the blood coming up.
Yeah,
from the
oh my
drain.
god, yeah. It was
Yeah.
It was a lot of blood in that.
And it's very much a story for me of the fear of growing up.
Yes.
Like the fear of being a child but also leaving childhood. And I love that they have,
Yeah.
her thing is the fear of blood.
Yeah, I love how for... Oh yeah, because she's a woman.
She's a woman. So they cover the entire bathroom in blood.
Because that's what it's like though.
That is what-
You know,
that is what-
it's happened to you, it's happened to me. it's
We've
happened
all
to
been
of
there.
us.
We've all had a bathroom coated in blood from floor to ceiling. Yeah.
I like the way in Stephen King, it's very like... It's not like they're all like having idyllic, perfect childhoods and then
No.
this goes wrong. They're all having like horrible, like realistic childhoods.
Yeah.
And so it's not like it goes from a place of happiness to a place of darkness. It's like they've all got stuff going on,
Yes.
and it's, you know, yeah, it makes you feel more, I don't know, connected to the characters.
Yeah, I did feel really connected to all of them, I'd say.
Yeah.
Like, bear in mind, there's 7 kids.
Yeah, there's a lot of kids.
7 kids in the Losers Club. They're all very well drawn, and the bullies are well drawn as
Yeah.
well. I like the kid playing Henry Bowers is excellent.
That's the main bully.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Henry Bowers in the movie, the 1990, not the movie, in the 1990 TV series, he looks like, he's very good in that as well, but he looks about 26. And
Is that grease casting?
yeah, well, he does look like he's from Greece because it is set in the late 50s.
Oh yeah.
And I'm trying to think what he looks like. He looked like this kind of the pretty boy at school, and they just put a bad boy jacket on him or something. Yeah, so that it was really well cast in this one, where he's like this gross mulleted
I will
son
say,
of a policeman.
I will say something that I wouldn't say normally, but because I have a rum and coke. The bully that goes missing,
Yeah,
that is totally my type when it comes to terrible, awful people you shouldn't fancy.
same because
Tall,
like
skinny, dark head.
yeah, creepy face.
Yes.
Yeah, he looked like he was like baby Adam Driver.
Yeah, that was exactly it. I was like, oh, this is
And I
weird.
do really fancy Adam Driver, but I prefer him when he's playing the hideous character he plays on Girls too.
I was just gonna say I prefer the opposite.
I really
prefer him in Star Wars. Is that worse? I think it's the hair though. Actually, I think
Kylo Ren.
the hair is most of the
There was
attraction.
a bit in when I saw Star Wars in the cinema when they took off the mask
Yeah.
and revealed his face
Yeah.
for the first time. You did see all the women in the cinema kind of going, ooh,
Oh, he's,
all melts a little bit.
oh, I want to find out about my dark side.
Yeah, Darth Baber. We've got to talk more about it.
Yes. So the bullies were good. The Henry.
What did I look like Draco Malfoy?
He
Baby
did.
Adam Driver, Draco Malfoy.
I genuinely was for a second. I was like, is Tom Felton playing that? And I was like,
yeah.
But yeah, I like the backstory and like, I think more films are kind of cottoning on to why you should show why someone's an arsehole.
Yes.
And not
Yeah.
just present them as like a 2D kind of, like,
Yes.
especially bullies, because people don't tend to be bullies unless, I mean, there was definitely a couple of people in my school who were just sort of psychopaths.
Yeah.
But most of them had like a
Yeah.
reason why they were being an arsehole.
Well, yeah, it comes from something. Well, yeah, they had the girl in the chemist.
Yeah.
In the pharmacy in the adaptation we just seen, the
Yes.
2017 one, and her dad is definitely a pedo.
Yeah.
And it's kind of played for laughs, but in a very acceptable way. 'Cause-
Yeah, well, he has the glasses of a pedo, doesn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, but there's an actual pedo in the film.
Yes. Well, and because it's kind of like Beverly Marsh sort of flirts with this pharmacist in order that the other losers can steal a load of cotton wool and plasters and stuff because their friend's got a cut up body, and they cut up his body has been cut up. He hasn't got a sliced up corpse, and so she flirts with this pharmacist who's a creep.
Yeah, he's creepy.
And it will be easy to go, well, you know, that's stupid. It wouldn't happen. Girls that age.
Yeah.
But her father is heavily hinted at that he's a paedophile and that there's incest, and that's very good because in the book we never know for sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we never. And he does beat her, but we never find out for sure if he actually interfered with her sexually.
There's hints of that. Kind
yes.
Of creepiness.
Yeah, and when it appears to her, it appears as her father.
Yeah.
But completely sexual.
Right.
And it's really unsettling.
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised that wasn't in the film.
Yeah. I was gonna say, because I was thinking, it's quite a dark. Obviously, it's dark because it's horror, but I was like, how far are they going to push all these things? Because I think you can obviously push it too far into, and then it becomes a bit camp and silly. And
yes, you don't want to get it. You don't want it to end up being like Precious.
Was that? Oh, is Precious like that? I've never seen Precious.
Oh my god, Precious!
Again, because I'm too nervous to watch films like that.
Precious is this brilliantly acted film about this woman who has a baby that's her dad's baby that has AIDS because she has AIDS, and also her mother sexually abuses her and is on drugs.
Yeah,
and it's like again. You shouldn't laugh, but it's
too much though, isn't it?
It's like you watch it and you go. And Precious is this incredibly simple, pure being who just wants to learn to read. And it's like, come on, guys, this is torture porn.
Yeah, no, it's a bit too many issues, isn't it?
Yeah. But Mariah Carey and Lenny Kravitz and what's her name? Gabrielle Sidibe,
I think so.
They're all excellent in it. And Monique as well is very good in
she's
it.
the mum, isn't she?
Yeah. All superb, but it's like too much
stuff. Yeah. I mean, I don't just believe that has happened to some people, but it's kind of like a soap opera, isn't it? It's like if it all happens to one person, you kind of go,
yes, she was kind of used as the screenwriter's punch bag, and she remains so sweet. Yeah, there's not one moment where she goes like, I hate the world.
Yeah, and that's interesting because it's based on the book, isn't it? So the book must be pretty similar.
I wonder. Yeah, I haven't read it,
but
yeah.
Was that one of the problems with the original It series? Was the acting because I know people aren't as they like it, but only because that's kind of like the only thing.
People like the original It a lot more than I do. I've found not that many people who agree with me that it's fucking terrible. Tim Curry's excellent. I think we talked about this on.
I think he's just great in everything.
He is. He always gives it. Well, he gives it far more than he needs to.
100% Tim Curry.
Yeah.
All the time, every time.
There's various scenes in the It miniseries where Tim Curry's obviously being told, right, cut, and he's gone, no, I can do more.
I'm acting.
Tim Curry has more to do. And he's great as Pennywise. But
he's one of those actors who would never not give his all.
That's it.
Even if he's doing that Charlie's Angels remake.
Yes.
He will he's getting paid. He's going to do the job.
He doesn't know the meaning of phoning it in.
No,
and that is
nice.
We should respect.
that.
Young
Who was
Tim.
it? Ian McKellen. I think he says something like, "Never be. You might be in a bad film, but never be a bad actor."
Yeah, that's very good. And that's something that I have done every time I've had to do 9 a.m. kids shows.
Yeah.
And the kids are being really badly behaved. I still make sure I'm giving it my all.
Yeah, I'm worse at that. If I go to an audition and the script is shit, I'm so bad at just going for it. I do not have that some actors have that ability to just go for it.
In various job interviews where I've really needed the job, I'm not very good at, considering I'm trying to be an actor,
Yeah.
I'm not very good at telling them, yeah, no, I really want this job. They'll go, what are you doing this job for? I'll be like, I don't know, money.
Oh, I don't know. So Tim Curry's good in it.
Yeah, Tim Curry's great in it. And the kids are good. The kids are pretty good. Not nearly as good as they are in this new film. But they are good. But the adults are they're so shit.
Really?
They're shocking.
I think I've heard this from someone else.
Right.
I think there's a bit at the end of the film which is like laughable or something, like the way it's acted or something.
It's the woman who plays Bill's wife, because I think what they're going to do. So at the end of this new adaptation, they have.
Should we say spoilers, or are you?
Oh, I've done that.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
don't worry. Spoilers. Beverly Marsh, the only female member of the Losers Club, she goes missing, and they go after her. That doesn't happen in the book or in the 1990 TV movie. So I think how they will end the next one is they're going to go after Bill's wife. Because Bill's wife does get taken by it.
Oh, okay.
And they do find her and take her back. Audra, her name is. And in the TV miniseries, she's played by... Yeah, I can't remember her name. It's the woman who played Juliet in Franco Zeffirelli's Romeo and Juliet. She's very, very beautiful. Oh, what's her bloody name? Can't remember. She's very beautiful and cannot act.
Yep.
Her acting is so bad in it that I can't believe she ever was an actress. Because she's good in Romeo and Juliet.
Well, there's a lot of people like that. There's a lot of people where you're like, oh, like they do one film where they're not required to do much.
Yes.
Maybe not Romeo and Juliet. That sounds like quite hard, but
well, yeah, and I think she's about 16 in Romeo and Juliet, and maybe it was an element of like she was so unspoiled that she was able to get. But she is dreadful in it. I think part of the problem is she's trying to do an accent. I don't know what accent. She basically
is she American?
I think she's American, and in the film, I think maybe she's trying to do an English accent. But she goes, "Bill, where are you going?"
Oh God,
it's very strange.
Yeah, just leave it
really, not enough people slag it off.
But we will. We're afraid to do that.
I'm not afraid to slag off this woman's acting in a film from 27 years ago.
Yeah. So who's brave now?
Yeah, exactly.
Mum.
Pretty out there. Oh, talking of 27 years ago. So the book came out in 1985-86 and was set in the late 50s, and then it cuts to the mid-80s when the adults go back and fight it for the second time. They've moved it all forward to the late 80s, so the kids are there and it's 1988. And it really works. Yeah. It's really great.
I feel like I didn't know... It was only towards the end of the film I was thinking, oh, hang on, it can't be set in the 80s because they go to the future and it was written in the 80s. But for ages I just thought it was set in the 80s because that would suit it really well.
Yeah.
Like the 50s. Actually, no, I guess when it comes to... I guess the 50s was much more repressed. So things like sexual abuse and all this stuff that was going on... and all the bullying and stuff and all the racism could probably be more like swept under the rug in the 50s.
The racism wasn't
I got the feeling it was more racist in the book.
It's extremely racist in the book.
But I mean, obviously, like, you don't have to spell it out if there's like a black kid getting beaten up.
Yeah, exactly. The only black kid in town, and they do say in this new adaptation, he says, doesn't he? I told you stay out of town.
Yeah, stay out of town. Like, you don't belong.
And they do seem to hate him, don't they? They seem to really vehemently hate him.
Yeah, but it's more overtly racist.
Yes, in the book, the language is extremely racist, and in the book he talks about what it's like to be a black kid in the late 50s in Maine, and I'm sure in the 80s it was no picnic.
No, definitely not. But
and he's the only character who stays in the town.
Okay.
So when they go back to them as adults, he's the adult in the town who's remained there, and so it'd be interesting to see if they have an element about the race that the race strand is carried through. Relevant. And Maine is still a very white state.
What?
So, what?
It even sounds white, actually.
Maine.
New England.
Yeah.
Because when he said so before we watched the film, two guys from whoever was it part of a festival?
Yeah, Fright Fest, which I think has just finished. And they came out and said,
they just said, like, welcome to the show, and they just said it was going to be 2 hours long. So for me, I thought that was going to be the whole story, because 2 hours is, like, quite a long time. So I was, it got to, like, a halfway point where I was like, okay, so now they're going to finish and then go to the future. Yeah. And then it got to a point where I was like, they probably can't really fit the future in now.
Are they going to do it in 10 minutes?
Yeah. So we're going to, like, cut to the future, and everyone is feeling weird, so they go back and kill it. The end. So and then I was like, oh, okay, they're probably going to leave that. But then I was like, I didn't know about the sequel, so I was like, are they just going to finish it here, like, end of? Because that would have worked as well.
Yes. Yeah, the fact that they all promise, which is in the book, they all swear if this comes back, we will come back and kill it.
Yeah.
The bit where Bill and Beverly kiss is not.
Do they have sex instead of?
Yes,
Yeah.
they do. There's like it's called the child orgy, which I mean,
orgy.
Yeah, she has sex with all of the
Yes,
boys,
no,
one after the
I
other.
just remembered that.
Yeah.
And is that like a pact almost?
Yes, it doesn't work at all. I think we've talked about this on the podcast before. It doesn't work at all, but in the book, the timelines are not linear, so their time doesn't exist in the sewers, and the two battles of it take up about 150 pages. So the adults and the kids are both in the sewers.
At the same time.
It's at the same time.
Okay.
And she sees into the future, which she says she does in this film. She goes, "Oh, I saw us all as adults." I thought that was a really nice touch because, I mean, it doesn't really work. Stephen King was obviously like, I know, and it's not written for titillation at all.
Well, it's like 13-year-olds.
Yes, you couldn't film it. Like,
No, I was going to say.
No way.
I mean, it wasn't in the other one then?
No. Oh my god, no, there was absolutely nothing like that in the other film. Well, the other film was not really a film about childhood or friendship, it was a film about a killer clown.
Yeah.
So,
But, it works for some people.
Killer clowns are scary.
They are scary.
Which brings us on to, we need to talk about Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise.
Yes.
Because I think, not so much for me, but I think for a lot of people, forgetting Tim Curry as Pennywise was going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
And they've done that brilliantly.
He's almost not even just the everyone's it. He's like everyone's scary clown.
Yes.
He's like the scary clown. Not even just for that film, but like just for the genre of scary clowns.
Exactly,
Tim Curry. So
he's the benchmark when it comes to scary clowns.
I think it was really good. I was confused about how young he seemed and how that was going to work. Because he seemed younger than in his 30s, but I'm sure that's just hard
they make him look like a child, and then he changes size all the time, which could have been shit, but I felt it really worked.
I think so.
Sometimes he was enormous, and sometimes he would sort of pop up out of nowhere and be quite childlike and small. And,
But I liked him. So it was good.
Scary,
very good.
And
like
the design, the makeup. Was
it was very good. I really the wee boy playing the brother Georgie was so cute.
Oh god,
he was too cute.
He was. That was very moving.
Yeah,
all the scenes actually where you can see Bill is. It's hard to do. A 13-year-old boy dealing with losing his 6-year-old brother. That's a. I mean, it's hard at any age, but that's a huge deal.
Yeah, and I'm not normally like too big on like cute kids and films. But this one was, there was something about him I was just like, oh god.
It was very real, and his acting was.
He's just very adorable and
very
like,
natural.
And also I guess you know what's going to happen, so you're just like,
yes,
don't let it happen.
Yes, I wonder. It'd be very interesting to talk to someone who didn't know the story at all. Who came to it fresh and wondered if that really was Georgie at the end.
Yeah.
Because spoiler alert, he appears to Bill real as anything and says, I want to go home, take me home.
And you think he's real because of the arm.
Yes.
So you think that's the thing that says this is the real one.
It's real. I had some reservations, because it's very early in the film, the death of Georgie. I had a couple of reservations about how it was filmed.
Mm-hmm.
They do it, we see the CG of the clown, he opens his mouth and he's got these multiple rows of sharp teeth, and it's an amazing design, but it's very CG. And we see that, and I was thinking, I'd quite like this filmed from far away, so we don't really see the death.
I was going to say, that would have been really creepy.
Yeah, I think that would have creeped. See, because you see, there's a whole, what's the word? There's a real motif all the way through of adults seeing and turning away. And adults being very much complicit, almost without knowing it, in what goes on in the town.
You see when all the blood appears in the bathroom?
Yes.
Now, can he not see that, or is he just being weird?
Yeah, I feel like he can't see it.
Yeah, because he would, surely he'd say something if he actually see it.
I feel like adults...
Because he's the kind of character who would, like, blow his top if he found...
Yes. Why is there blood all over the bathroom? I quite like the fact that in this film, every adult is like fucking useless.
Yeah.
They're all completely inept, but it kind of it is a little bit like that, isn't it? Kids will say this happened, and a lot of adults will go, okay then.
Yeah, or don't tell tales or whatever.
Yeah.
It was hate.
Don't be childish.
Yeah,
to
just
children.
I thought it was a shame the way the dad shouts at William Bill, because I was like, you should just be like, obviously it's very clear that he's having a hard time. Just be like, I'm really sorry, but your brother's dead.
Yes.
So I thought it was a bit like, why'd you have to blow your top? But obviously that was I've said that twice now. Interesting. Can I refill?
Go for it.
Can I
Guys, just so you know, Eleanor's gone to top up her rum.
How much noise this will make. See.
Well, I hope it makes some good noise. Drink. They did a very good job, which wasn't so much done in the 1990 miniseries of. So in the book, it is not a clown. It just appears as a clown. It appears as a clown most often, but can appear as anything, and its true form cannot be understood by the human eye, which Gareth earlier said is a total cop out. But no, I get it.
No, but it's like that's quite Lovecraft, isn't it? Like fear of the unknown.
Absolutely.
It's like it was this horrible thing, and you're like, what kind of thing? And you're like, it was just horrible. That's creepier somehow.
Georgie. Yes, this is part of the reason I was a bit like, the way you filmed this, I don't love it with the death of Georgie. There's a line in the book, it's a really long time since I read it, but I think this is right, where it says, he reached for the boat, something like he reached for the boat, and then saw the clown change into something that in less than a second made Georgie lose his sanity.
Whoa.
And Eleanor describes what it is, and I wanted that. I wanted more of that kid's reaction, and then cut to far away, and I see why they needed to show it in drag.
Yeah, I mean, it's but I also wanted a point where you got visually, you got that the clown wasn't the real form.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen it where it changed into something less tangible maybe, and you were like, oh, okay, this isn't...
Because he's there's so much talk in the book of the deadlights. They call them the deadlights, and we do see them in the film. They're never named, and I could have done with a bit more of that. This idea of these lights that drag you in and make you lose your sanity because you can't comprehend it. But at least we didn't have a stop motion spider.
No, I've heard about this. I haven't seen it because I can't watch spiders in movies.
It is. I am terrified of spiders. It is that scary.
Oh, okay, that's good.
It looks like it genuinely looks worse than a lot of low budget 50s.
Why did they
science
bother?
fiction. I don't know what they were thinking. It does not work at all.
I guess that's before Lord of the Rings, so before the.
Oh yeah.
I can't watch that scene.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yes,
to mention it. We don't get that as them as kids. They don't fight the spider.
But they do as adults.
They do.
Or in
I think they do as children as well.
Okay.
Maybe they don't. No, they don't. They don't see the spider until they're.
And is one of the kids scared of spiders, or is it just?
No, I don't think there's explicit use of. One thing that's in the book, when Beverly, the blood's all over the bathroom, her dad bursts in, it's like, what the fuck are you screaming about? She says, she goes, look in the sink, and he puts his hands in the blood and looks and goes, well, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
And she goes, and she realises he can't see it, and she says, oh, there was a spider, there was a huge spider, and he says, oh, well, it's gone now.
Okay.
That, which is a really lovely touch.
That is just like my dad. My dad is so unsympathetic. Oh god, he have no concept of phobias. He's not really. He does have phobias, but he doesn't get irrational fears. Yeah. And I hate spiders. So every time there was I would have to beg him to get rid of it, and he was just like, "What's the deal?" And I'm like, "I'm so scared.
Don't make me beg."
And then he would get rid of it, but it was just like there was no understanding of why I might not like this thing, because he was like, well, it can't actually hurt you, so what's the deal? And I'm like, it's not about that,
it's not about the pain.
But that's a whole different podcast.
That's a whole different. I have arachnophobia too. My mum thinks I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, Joyce is the same. he's not
Doesn't
bothered.
get it.
Oh, he's really scared of moths, which I think is funny because moths aren't scary.
Russell Brand said, moths are zombie butterflies.
Yeah, they're like goth butterflies. This is self-topic. My dad has a moth trap. My dad's like a biologist.
Oh yeah.
Very into all this kind of stuff, and he always got a moth trap. And I was like, oh, I hope it's not here when John comes around. Because he always wants to show people the moths he's got and the different species, and it's
Does he keep them alive?
Yeah, no, he just it's just to like record which ones are in the area, and then he lets them go again. It's all very boring and scientific.
I like it.
Anywho, phobias.
Sounds like an 8-bit computer game, like Moth Trap.
I mean, it's a hobby, but yeah, phobias are. So yeah, because I thought it was interesting that it appeared as a clown before the guy who said he doesn't like clowns said he.
Yeah.
And then you see it in the past in photographs, and it's a clown as well.
Yes.
So that's interesting.
It
Is there
they
anything?
covered that well.
Is there anything in the book about where it came from?
Yes, there is. I talked about this Gareth earlier. So I had a feeling this wouldn't be included in the new film because it's not strictly necessary, but it's just a brilliant piece of writing in the book. They read about an ancient ritual where Native Americans would breathe smoke in an enclosed space until they hallucinated, and they'd see through time because they wanted to know what it was. The kids wanted to know what it was. And they set up this smoke room, and various kids can't take it anymore and leave. Yeah. Until there's 2 of them left. I think, I want to say Bill and Ben, the kid, the overweight kid. Bill and Ben, the flower pot man guys.
Oh, Ben was so cute.
He was. Oh, he was really funny, wasn't he? He was really with his New Kids on the Block obsession.
That was really cute.
So, yes, they do start to hallucinate, and they go back to like the dawn of time, basically, like the first moments of the Earth being a baby planet, and they see it arrive from space.
Okay.
And it's all very mystical. It's written very mystical, and and then I think only one of them has remained in there and gets dragged out and has to be resuscitated, and they go, he said, I saw where it came from, and I know what it is. Ooh. It's really, I must read it again. Yeah. It's very interesting. Because, that was a nice bit of fan service as well. So, when Bill goes into Georgie's room in the new film, finds a Lego turtle. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of talk of the turtle in the book. The turtle is kind of the anti-it, and it's been there since before the universe. Oh, well, that's nice. Yeah, I saw that and I went, I like it. Yeah. Nice little bit of fan service.
Because it was nice, because I was thinking in the film, I wish there was kind of force for good that was there as well.
Yes, and there is, this turtle is kind of fighting against it,
because it's very it's pretty like nihilistic the way the whole thing works. It's very like hardcore horror in the way that it's very kind of
it's ruthless. There's no humanity.
It's very like just because these are kids and whatever, we're not gonna not gonna be a soft touch.
No, absolutely.
I'm Stephen King.
Stephen King. Some like hefty action sequences as well with them fighting. The clown.
And also I was wondering how far they were going to go with the Beverly and the dad, because I was like, I wouldn't have ruled it out of them. Getting more.
There was a moment where because he keeps saying, "Are you my girl? Tell me you're still my girl." So she keeps going, "Yes, I am," and then she finally stands up against him and says, "No,
I'm not.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not." And he attacks her, and you wonder, it's like, oh, is this?
We're going to see something really horrible.
Full
horrible.
Full incest. We're going to go full incest here. And they don't. I don't remember, and I feel like I would remember if it did happen. Yeah. I'm pretty sure she doesn't kill her dad in the book.
Yeah. Was he dead? I mean, he just had...
Yeah, she hit him with the lid of the toilet cistern. I don't think that happens in the book.
Yeah.
I also don't remember Henry Bowers killing his father. I know Henry Bowers ends up in a mental asylum.
Which he's not going to, surely, because he's fallen down well.
Well...
Does he come back?
Maybe, yeah. They appear to kill him but we never see a body. If you don't see a body, in the book and in the 1990 miniseries, Henry Bowers, the main bully, ends up in an asylum and does the work of it. Like it keeps appearing in the moon, and Henry,
like a Renfield kind of.
Yes, yeah. And Henry's very terrified of him. It talks of his terror of it, but his love of it as well. They also they did a really good job about making a lot of the adults look a little bit like the clown.
Yeah,
I suddenly noticed it. Went and I was looking for it, and there were a lot of like Eddie's mother at various points holds her face in a way that's very like.
Oh, you know what else was weird? There was and this never came back, and I just remembered it. So when Ben is in the library the first time, and he's looking through the book, and the photograph is getting bigger and bigger.
Yes.
Behind him, there's a woman. One of the women putting stuff on the shelf, not the main librarian, a different one. She's wearing a pink dress, and she's standing in during the close-ups. She's standing in a very like weird stance where it looks like she's part of the scene, like she's going to do something, and she never does. And then when the kind of the climax is over, she's just back putting books up on the shelves. But that was really interesting. She was very much like standing, watching him from like a distance, like in a weird stance.
I'm going to have to watch this again.
Yeah,
I didn't see
it because I was like, oh, what's going to happen here? And then nothing happened. I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Right.
But yeah, definitely like subtle bits of creepiness like that.
Yes.
Eddie's mum, and then
Henry looked often a lot like the clown. They did that very well. I thought Henry very much looked his age as well. I like that.
Yes. Yeah, none of the bullies were like 30.
I can't remember if I mentioned that. Yeah. Baby Adam Driver did not look 15, but
no, he didn't.
Some 15
and that's why I feel okay about fancying him.
Yeah, so it's fine.
Yeah,
even though if we look him up in real life, he's probably like 23.
I pray to God.
Oh my God, Eleanor! It turns out he was 30.
I always have weird crushes in films.
I wonder if we're going to get his backstory, because that kid in the book,
what's he called, Patrick or something?
Patrick Hockstetter, I think his name is. In the book, he's very weird. They're very good at, and they did it in this film actually, about her showing that the whole town is it. So the adults in how they're complicit makes them part of it, and Henry is very much part of it. You see, like the clown will often be in the background when the bullies are doing what they're doing. And yes, I thought they did that. Oh God, I can't remember where I started. So I've got to stop drinking.
Never stop drinking.
Never stop drinking. Who was I talking about? Henry.
The bullies and how it is in the...
Yeah, I think I was just going with that, yeah. They make it very clear that it is the whole town and everybody in it. And Patrick is from birth weird. In the book, we have a whole chapter on him, and he is from birth unhinged, and he... I think as a 5 or 6 year old suffocates his baby brother.
Oh fuck yeah! That's not good.
He just puts the pillow on the baby's face, and there's a lot of talk. Oh, he was very fascinated about how snuffly the baby got, and he kept doing it, and then he did it until the baby wasn't moving anymore, and they find the baby. The parents find the baby dead, and there's a bit where it goes. It says the mum looks in on sleeping Patrick, and something too awful to contemplate entered her head, and she pushed out very quickly. Something like that.
So they never really accept that that's what happened.
Yeah. So they show him as a 6-year-old, and then he lures Mike from the Losers Club, who's the black kid. He lures his dog away and shuts it in a fridge, in like an old abandoned fridge, and then every day keeps going back and letting it out and then putting it back in, and on the 3rd day he goes back and it's died in there in the fridge, and it's horrible. The way it's written is horrible, but this Patrick kid only ever views it with fascination.
Very, very serial killer.
Yes, it's very much
talk about our second love, Sooz.
Yes, going back to what we love the most, which is serial killers. I thought, oh, they're going to show him shutting these animals in fridges, but
I was wondering what they were going to do with that cat when they had the cat for target practice, because I was like, I don't put it past them to have a horrible...
No, yeah, they've painted these kids as so fucking horrible.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be massively surprised if they did do it, but yeah, they didn't shoot the cat.
That's nice.
Yes, this is a film, guys, where
no animals were
no
harmed.
dogs or cats are harmed. Yeah, a sheep is.
Oh yeah, the sheep is, but the hamster isn't.
No, the hamster seems to get away with it. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess putting our Freudian caps on.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a film about how bad things happen and people don't, like, complicity is part of evil?
Oh yeah,
so the way in which all these things are happening to these kids, and like with their families and stuff as well, and people not accepting it is part of why, like with the bullying and the abuse.
Yes.
People just kind of ignoring it is just as bad as doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very timely. It's from the very first scene. There's that woman who comes out of her house in the rain and sort of looks over her balcony and sees Georgie, the first victim we see in the film, this little 6-year-old boy. Yeah. And it's weird what he's doing. He's bent over and talking into a drain.
Yep.
And she just sees that, and she doesn't even like laugh and go like her kids or anything. She just kind of sees that and almost backs away back into her house, like she doesn't want to admit there's something weird in Derry. Yeah. In the town.
Yeah, I mean, I think that feels like a good theme, doesn't it?
I think very timely, super timely.
I'm just thinking about, because I'm so in that, I've been listening to so much last podcast and just constantly like true crime, but just definitely when you know about things, especially in America, people just ignore stuff if they don't want to get involved. Has Gareth seen the other one or read the book?
He hasn't read the book. He's seen the 1990 film and he quite likes it.
Is he a horror fan generally?
No, he said he's very bad with horror. He said that if he'd come to the film today, he'd have been jumping out of his seat. And actually watching it, I was like, oh my god, he'd have shat himself. Yeah.
He should have just done what I'd done and just like blocked off all
senses. The fingers in his. Yes, there were a few jump scares, but they weren't jump scares and nothing else. Yeah. In the film, they had a reason to be there. Another thing that I thought was excellent in the film was the score.
Yeah, the score was great.
Really, really great score.
I don't know who did it.
Yeah, no, I saw an article of it yesterday.
Sort of not Disney-ish, but like a
this sort of
film
very epic.
Yeah.
Kind of very big orchestration.
At the beginning, it almost sounded like we're going on a magical adventure.
Yes.
Like, ooh, yay.
Yeah, luring
really.
you in as well as the kid. Yeah. I felt like there were times where I could have done with less score, but I am a bit like that anyway. I quite like, because they scored pretty much everything the clown did.
I was going to say, I probably didn't hear a lot of that.
You think it is?
Yeah, so I don't know, but...
I could have done with, for instance, Ben's in the library and a balloon floats across the library and he follows
I've seen that,
I could have done with that being silent.
Yeah.
But they scored it, they were like, ba 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 balloon.
That feels very 80s actually though.
Yes.
Not to just leave it.
Yes. Which could well have been on purpose, and I also quite like some of the horror a criticism of it could be it was a little bit schlocky, but I think that adds to it. And kids that age, our terror is their terror. Yeah, like how afraid they were on screen. Yeah, was like palpable, and you feel it too. So, and kids that age would be terrified by the schlocky things. Yeah, so. especially like if they've been built up as people you care about. Yeah, that's it. But and also thinking about it like this, because I'm never about like remakes or readaptations or whatever you want to call it. Because it's not. It's technically it's a brand new adaptation. But but I'm always still a bit like, because I just feel like every time they do an adaptation now, it's just everything's turned up to like 11. It's all like all the CGI and all the like the new Mummy film was meant to be terrible, and it's just like they just want to overdo everything because they're just like box office. It's got to be like the Marvel films. It's got to be like. Got to have loads of effects and just pushing it. And they could have definitely done that with a scary clown. They could have made it so much more just
a film about a scary clown.
Yeah, absolutely. And there would have been people who'd have eaten that for
Yeah,
breakfast.
definitely.
But they made a very smart, emotional film.
Yeah.
In many ways, the that sort of Stand By Me storyline about these children and their coming of age and their friendships was almost more interesting than the...
Yeah. I think you could have just watched a film about that.
Yes, it would have been gorgeous. It was extremely funny as well. That's
It
something
was.
that...
Yeah, there was...
The book is very funny, and I think they recreated a lot of that in the way the kids talk to each other. It wasn't unnatural. They weren't like being so sassy like kids never are.
Yeah.
They spoke like
exactly,
fun,
like
intelligent children.
Like what children actually speak like.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
It was really nice to see. It felt really natural, and the acting. I can't go on about it enough. For me, that girl who played Beverly, I was like, well, there's a best supporting actress.
I know, no, she was
nomination.
great.
So good.
She was, I got so attached to her. I was just like, oh my god, I'm so like I felt so, you know,
when she
protective.
cuts all her
Oh,
hair
God,
off in
everything.
the bathroom, and we don't quite know why, but we can guess why, and she's cutting her hair off, going, "This is what you did. This is what you did."
Yeah,
It's very. It's never made explicit what she means by that,
but you can.
it's quite chilling. It's quite chilling.
I'm glad they didn't make her weirdly sexual.
Yes.
Not that I don't think that's legitimate, but just
No, absolutely.
I think
film
it could
didn't
work
make
better in
her-
a book than a film.
Yes, the film didn't make her like, hey guys, she's sexy, 13 but sexy. They made it that these boys find her so attractive because she's the girl hanging out with them.
Exactly, yeah.
And there was less of it as it went on. It's almost as if she realises, her character knows that she has a hold over men.
Yeah.
Because of her dad.
Yeah.
And as the film goes on, she does less and less of that with these boys who she's been hanging out with. She just becomes one of them.
Yeah, that's true.
She says at the end, doesn't she? Oh, because they call themselves the Losers Club. She goes, whenever I was hanging out with you, I never felt like a loser. And it was so. I did cry real tears, guys.
There we go. The first Sooz tears for many years.
Yeah, that's no. I think the last one's when I read it, aged 15.
You only cry about it.
I only cry at it. I've tried other Stephen King and it doesn't make me cry. So
Have you read much other Stephen King?
Yeah. I think the first one I read was Misery.
Oh
I
yeah.
was about 13 when I read Misery. That was very scary. I've read It, The Stand, Carrie, Christine. Which
I just forget how many things he's written.
he is a machine.
What an amazing array of stuff, like The Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
But also Carrie, you know what I mean?
Yes, yeah. And he wrote Carrie pretty young. I think he was about 21 when he wrote Carrie.
Yeah.
It's his first book. And it holds up. Strangely feminist.
Yeah. No, I never think of him as. I think he's a very intelligent guy. I haven't read enough of him.
He can't end a book. Like,
no,
it's true.
I've heard this is true. That I can relate to that though, definitely. Like you just kind of everything just gets too wide. And
Yeah,
too much stuff going on, and then it finishes.
Yeah.
I started reading Salem's Lot, and then
Yes,
and
I've
then
read Salem's Lot.
free
yeah.
sample ran out on Kindle, and I was like, I don't want to pay money. So I'm probably going to go to the library and see how much Stephen King they have, because
Yeah, check it out. It's always a good read. Even books there's books of his that I don't like Thinner. There's a book called Thinner, which is ridiculous. It's a book about, they made a film of it, which I've never bothered to watch because 95% of Stephen King adaptations are terrible.
Yeah.
So it was nice to see a good one today. Yes, I'd say this was by far the best Stephen King adaptation. Maybe Shawshank Redemption, actually.
Green Mile, maybe?
Yes, yeah.
There's a
out of
couple.
the non-horror ones.
Yeah, I think the non-horror ones are easier probably to...
Yes. Yes, he wrote this book called Thinner, which is about a very overweight man who runs over an old gypsy woman, kills her, goes to court and gets away with it. Because he hasn't done it on purpose. And a very, very old
Does she curse
woman or
him?
man, puts a finger to his face and goes thinner. And he starts losing weight at an alarming rate. And at first he's like, it's so great, I'm losing so much weight. Then
And
he's
then
like
he's
losing too much, and then he's like a skeleton, and he wants the curse reversed, and his lawyer's being cursed as well, but not with thinner, with acne that's so bad his face is like falling apart and stuff. It's but it's fairly ridiculous. Like how I've just described it makes it sound like a lot more.
I mean, it sounds like it sounds like a morality tale, except that he didn't mean to run her over.
No, it was an
So
accident.
what's the punishment
I think his wife was like playing with his bowls or something. They made him crash the car.
Good.
The end of the book is he's given a pie that if he eats it, it'll stop the curse. And his wife and daughter eat it, and they die. So he goes, "Oh, yum yum yum." So he dies too. So Stephen King cannot end a book.
But yeah, I mean, I guess if you write so much, some of them are going to be terrible.
Yeah.
But you know, I think it's worth it for the Shawshanks and.
Yes. Yeah, the Shawshank's got a wonderful ending, and I think its ending really works. And The Stand. The Stand is brilliant.
Sorry, go back to Thinner.
Yes.
John's lost 1.5 stone during the Fringe.
What?
I could.
This is Eleanor's boyfriend, guys.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I know. I
He
just
lost a stone.
I just keep forgetting we're not just talking, but
He's a lean man.
he's a very thin man, and then we were. I tell you what it was. We were sitting in Sunil Patel's show, which is very good. But I happened to. Joss was next to me. I happened to glance over, and I just thought his leg was thinner than it normally is. And then from then I was like, Joss, are you? Because I didn't see a change in his eating.
Right.
But he said yesterday he'd lost, he was down he's probably underweight now.
He worried off all that weight.
I think so. I wish I could do that. But
Oh.
so yes, I know I'm kind of like, God, you better put some weight on.
Jaws!
I
Henry,
know.
eat something.
Can't believe it.
Pasta,
That's
cheese.
a lot to lose in a month, though, isn't
That
it?
is a lot to lose in a month, even
Quite
if you're
scary,
tall.
even if you're
God, I always lose weight in Edinburgh, but it's like 5 pounds.
Yeah, exactly. It's, I never
It's
I had to walk up a hill every day, and I still don't think I lost any weight.
You probably packed on muscle.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I
Thinner.
think
I'm
about
cursing
that.
you.
Yeah,
Thinner.
yeah, Gypsy Curse. That's always fun. But I should read more Stephen King. I was gonna say it's weird because I never used to read horror as a child, but I used to read true supernatural bunny ears, supernatural horror stories and things like that.
Yeah.
But I would never read books, I think, because I found them more scary.
Right.
Because they were trying to scare you.
Yeah.
Whereas these were just like, here's some weird stuff that happened.
Gotcha.
But I still find them scary. But yeah, I never read any Stephen King.
Yeah.
But I should have done, obviously.
Stephen King is he's prolific.
Whoop.
Way.
Sorry,
Rum
everyone.
and coke.
It was just
He's so prolific. I don't know how many books he's written, but it must be in the 30s, maybe.
I believe. Did Donald Trump block him on Twitter or something?
Yes,
There's some
Yeah.
other really good reasons to think
Stephen
he's a great
King,
guy.
I think one of his most wonderful examples of writing is his Twitter account, which is brilliant. He is very good at Twitter.
Yeah. No, I think he sounds like an all-round good guy.
Yeah.
So,
I think he's a good fella. Oh, sorry, you already because of all the alcohol. He has said publicly he's very impressed with it.
Oh, good.
Oh, The Shining.
That's nice.
That's another amazing Stephen King adaptation.
Oh yeah, of course.
That
he didn't like that one. No,
he
I
hates
heard
The
that.
Shining, which is
Why?
ridiculous.
Do you know the differences between the book and
He
the
says,
novel?
yeah, there is a lot of difference between The Shining book and The Shining film. So Stephen King made a 3 or 4 part miniseries, which is based entirely on the book, and it is fucking terrible. Oh boy,
Sometimes
it stinks.
Sometimes you change the source material for good reason.
Yes.
But here's a question. I asked Joseph the other night, and he didn't know. Why at the end of The Shining?
Yes.
He says, "You've always been here,"
Yeah.
and then he's in the photograph. What is that saying?
Yeah. And
What's the? So is it? Are they?
I
Saying,
don't remember if that's in the book or not, actually.
But you know what I mean? It's like, well, that's kind of a creepy thing. But then you think about it, like, well, what does that mean? Does that mean he's always lived there, like he's a ghost? Or
You've
does that
always
mean...
been here.
So
what? From the dawn of time before the hotel was built.
Yeah, it's like, oh, are you a ghost? So did you hallucinate that you had a family?
Yeah, it's weird,
from
isn't
the 70s? I don't understand.
Very strange.
So it's like when you think about it for more than a minute, you're like, I'm really confused.
Yeah, I think that people say The Shining is a perfect film. I have heard it said The Shining is like posited that The Shining is a perfect film. I think in many ways they are right. It is stunningly made, but there are various things in it where you're like, seriously? Like, we never see Jack Torrance go mad.
No.
We see him normal and in the hotel a bit like, and then one day he just wakes up. He's like,
kill some
Canopy.
people. Yeah. I'm so sorry I keep bringing him up, but John's made me watch About Schmidt, which I've never seen.
Oh, yeah!
And it's like one of his favourite films, and I really liked it, and it was the first film that made me like Jack Nicholson. Because he always just plays horrible people.
Yeah, he does.
And he plays them so well, and I'm just like, it's just Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
I liked Beverly's outfits a lot.
Yes.
And I wondered if that was weird.
And bearing in mind it was set in late 80s, the outfits were kept very similar to what's described in the book.
Oh, okay.
Which is obviously in the sort of 1958, which I thought was very clever because they're suitably 80s, but yes, they sound very similar to what's described in the book. Yes, this and the idea that some of them don't quite fit her.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, obviously if she's quite poor, then she probably isn't gonna have really up to date fashion anyway.
Yes, she's written in the book as being tall for her age and very beautiful with this red hair. So she was very. They cast her very well.
Yeah, because I thought she was older for the first until I saw them together.
Yeah, and then you go like, oh yes, girls do grow.
Yeah, and I was like remembering it. I was like, I remember when, like, we were taller than boys for a bit.
Remember when
you were, like, 11, 12?
It never happened for me.
No, I mean I wasn't much taller than them, but then suddenly they're massive, and then you're like, oh, that's that then.
Yes. Okay.
But no, it's good fashion in the film.
Yes, they did well. The very Stranger Things, obviously, because it's set.
Yes.
Stranger Things was set in the early 80s, and this was set about 5 years later.
I think it's totally like I definitely think it was a heavy basis for it because it's about a group of children.
Yeah, definitely.
And like the bikes, what are they called again? The type of bikes.
Oh, what, the chopper?
Yeah, choppers.
Are they all choppers? Yeah.
Some of them were choppers, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, very, because I think in Stranger Things as well, they've all got.
There wasn't.
And
much...
again, like a missing child.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, that Stranger Things. Definitely, I felt like some of the monster design was very Stranger Things. Yes, it was very. I highly recommend it. I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to seeing it again and sort of taking it all in again.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we got to see it in a cinema. Like, how are we going to get better sound?
No, it was great.
And there were no trailers. It was great.
Oh, yeah, it was really good. I'm going to go to nothing but previews from now on.
Yeah, let's get more of those. Yeah, they said it sold out in about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Didn't they? So yeah, we did.
And I had no idea about it until 4 hours ago.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, didn't you get the message about 6:20, like 5:20?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah, and also I didn't know what you were talking about because you were like, do you want to come and see it? And I was like, what's it?
It, you say? Why is Sooz being so coy?
And then I was like, oh, it. Because I did remember that you were excited about it.
Yes. I feel like I read the book when I was 15 and then immediately went and sought out the 1990 miniseries and watched that on VHS and was just so disappointed by it. Oh. So for me...
It's nice to see it finally.
Yeah, and I had a copy of the book that I ruined by annotating and shoving paper clips with scene markers in there, so I adapted it for film.
Nerd.
What a nerd.
What is it that appeals so much about?
I think
good storytelling.
I think this sort of loss of innocence.
Yeah.
It is excellent storytelling and the characters are brilliantly drawn. But I found, I don't know, age 15, I found it very emotionally involving, and the idea of the loss of childhood and the fear of being a child and what's ahead. Yeah.
Period.
Periods and that. I just thought it was very well done by the book, and I remember reading it over and over again. I reread it, and I remember it quite well now, and I definitely haven't read it since. Yeah. Probably I may have not even finished uni, so definitely over 10 years. Yeah. It's made me want to revisit it, but I feel like I've been waiting for the film I saw tonight. I've essentially been waiting for that since I was 15. Yeah. And although I don't think what I saw was absolute perfection, because, you know...
It's never going to be.
No, it is never going to be. And getting rid of the non-linear narrative, I was like, but that's kind of the whole point, But they did a really great job.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that would have even worked in film, though. Cause
probably not,
a lot of things, a lot of bad adaptations don't think enough about the difference between film and
this is it, yes.
And narrative as storytelling.
And they changed enough and kept enough the same. Like the house on Newbold Street, I immediately said, "Oh yeah, it's perfect." Yeah, like, they've done this perfectly.
Does Stephen King? Because I like anything set before 1950. I'm weird. Does Stephen King write any period pieces?
Oh, I can't think of any. He wrote one, it's not set before 1950, he wrote one about a guy who keeps finding a portal. He finds a portal in his office or something that goes back to 1963.
Oh, yeah.
And he always goes back to the same day in 1963 and can stay there as long as he wants.
Yeah. Oh.
But
But at a cost.
When he comes back, he's older and the present day has remained the same.
Like a terrible Narnia.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And I should also say that I realised that it is the boggart from Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah.
So clearly that's essentially the same thing, but it's
JK.
JK has been...
JK knew.
She knew. Hashtag,
She knew what
hashtag
song.
she knew. Yeah, no, I should read it. I'm very... Yeah, I'm so bad at reading things that aren't set in the past because I need to...
It is set in the 50s.
That's true. I need my escapism to be different era.
Yeah, this better be a long time ago.
Yeah. It better be absolutely nothing I can relate to.
Yeah.
But no, I will go and read it. I'm trying to think if there's any other good horror films coming out. Or spooky films.
There's that new Darren Aronofsky with Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh yeah. Is she meant to be married to Javier Bardem?
Yes, she's 25
Why
years.
do they keep doing that?
I am sick of being asked to buy Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
As like a 35-year-old woman.
I don't get why they keep doing it. I think
I
she's
know.
a great actress, but I
She's
don't
brilliant,
see
yeah.
why they keep casting her as sort of either a weird relationship gap, age gap, or as an older person.
They cast her in
American
Joy.
Hustle.
Yes! She's way too young.
And in Silver Linings Playbook, she's with Bradley Cooper in that.
In Silver Linings Playbook, I think she is meant to be quite young in that.
So there's more of a thing.
Yeah.
But in American Hustle and a couple of other things.
Oh, ridiculous. But in Joy, she is a mother, and she'd have had to have the kids in this film aged like 11.
Yeah,
or something like.
I don't understand I think everyone's like, she's such a good, serious actress.
Yeah.
But then they're not writing enough good, serious parts for younger women.
She can play any age. Like, she can't play any age.
No, she looks 25.
She looks like her age.
Just write better parts for 25-year-olds.
Why is she married to Javier Bardem?
Why is she married?
And like Michelle Pfeiffer's in the film in that Mother as well, and she's married to Ed Harris, and he's about 12 years older than her.
Yeah, I'm so sick of this older man, younger woman pairing
Yeah.
as like a thing that should be fine, because it's just like older men accept that women your age are good enough to marry.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
stop putting young women with people who aren't really.
It's not always very believable.
No, yeah, exactly. And
It's almost become a thing where if we see, like, if Javier Bardem was in the film married to Michelle Pfeiffer,
Yeah.
you'd go like, oh yeah, cool.
Or if it was set 100 years ago.
Yes, yeah,
You know
fine.
what I mean?
And he'd lost one wife, so he'd find a new one. Who is not married and thus.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I don't know if that looks any
But
good.
it looks interesting. I like the way the title has been stylised as lowercase with an exclamation mark. It's like, mother!
Do you think they're picking up from the Vitch with the whole interesting typeface thing?
Yeah, I think, yes. Quite right.
You know, my favourite genre of film is spooky gothic, but not actually scary. Which is a very rare genre that you very rarely actually get.
What kind of films is that?
I'm talking about Sleepy Hollow.
Okay,
I'm
right.
talking about sort of quite camp, kitschy films that aren't
Yeah.
scary or traumatising. Just they've got a nice atmosphere.
There's
to
probably
them.
a lot of those in the 70s.
Basically, almost like ghost stories.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's not really I think people put ghost stories into the horror genre, but I think that's actually a different thing.
Yeah.
And I would like to see more ghost
Select
films.
some Hammer stuff.
Yeah, but just not films that are just schlocky and full of lots of jump shocks. Just that films
Yeah.
that just make you feel a bit uneasy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wish there was more of them, but you know, what can I say? Like maybe
Yeah.
I never saw it, but what was the William Torren? He's a Spanish guy.
Oh, The Orphanage? Was that him?
No,
Guillermo del Toro.
Yes, the one. No, Crimson Lake or something. What was it called?
Oh. Yeah, no, sorry, I've had too many drinks.
No, so what was it called?
Too many drinks, too many clowns.
It's called Crimson something. Was it? It was with Mia Wasikowski or whatever her name was.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry.
It looked like a really silly gothic kind of.
Okay.
I just want more gothic films. I think.
Right. More gothic.
More gothic.
Well, I mean, do we have anything else to say on Stephen King's It? How long have we done?
Probably 8.
Oh my god, we've done over an hour.
We're so good at talking. I think. No, I think I would recommend that as a film, and I think it's very well done and enjoyable and very. What's the word? Involving.
Yes. Yeah, everybody go see it.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it myself. and I'm looking forward to seeing it again. I might see it on the day of the actual release.
Wow. That's only 2 days from now. So
I know,
really
it's not
keen.
far away. We are on Wednesday night. And I think on that bombshell,
Yeah.
I'm going to say thank you, Eleanor, for joining me
Thank
last
you.
minute at it.
That's okay.
And
It's my pleasure.
don't do you want to plug anything?
Um,
You need a blog?
I don't think I've got anything to plug.
Yeah.
Tony Law on Ice. I'm doing that.
Oh, you do
Yeah,
that?
I'm doing
Brilliant.
Tony Law on Ice.
Are you ice skating?
I am. Come see that if you're insane. I think it's the 14th of October, 15th.
Fabulous.
And I'm doing my show from Edinburgh again on the I've already forgotten, the 8th of October at Angel Comedy. So
Brilliant.
come see that.
Well, guys, I'm doing my show, Sooz On Film, about films, which annoyingly is the title of this podcast. What are the odds?
What?
I'm doing that on Tuesday the 12th of September at the Phoenix Artists Club. I'm doing it on the 28th of September at Green Green Rooms Hotel.
Just
that's what it's
Google
called.
her and then
just Google me.
you'll
Fucking
find
hell.
all the
12th of
information.
October and 30th of October. Anyway, look it up online. Don't be a dick.
It's a long enough away for you to put it on Twitter for people.
Yes. Yeah. So anyway, but thank you. We all float down here.
Ooh.
Want a balloon. Bye. I hope that's given you a good insight into what happens when two drunk female comedians, which is a genre, have not been drinking much recently and go and watch a clown terrorise some children. Yeah, seriously. Go and see the film. It was fantastic. I hope Chapter 2 doesn't take too long. And I'll tell you something else that won't take too long. The next episode of Sooz On Film. I'll release it next week, guarantee. Tens of people across the UK rejoice. Meanwhile, follow Gareth and Eleanor on Twitter at Gareth Joyner and at Eleanor Morton, very easy, and follow me at Sooz UK, SOOZ UK. Not as easy to remember, but easy enough, not too difficult. Bye!